What's up, guys? Once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Larry, and I want you to feel much appreciated and in love. Your support means so much to me. Well, to my returning subscribers, I want you to feel appreciated, and to my new subscribers, I want you to feel much welcomed. My loyal viewers, you're loved. Another thing is greetings from to my Caribbean people, my brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, Jamaica, my African people. I hope you all good. Oh, you all doing good. With me today, I have this video of this African or rather courageous woman sending out a very important message. Her name is Dr. Africana. Well, I believe after this we'll be out here uploading and feeling much maybe educated. Well, before we dive in first thing first, make sure you like this video, comment, like and share, subscribe, and urge you, or rather beg you to please watch this video to the end so that you may have a great, or rather understand what's going on and what's happening. I'm your host Larry. Let's watch this video and then we discuss more on the comment section. Peace out.
The abuse is not just for Africans on the continent. The abuse is for black people wherever you find us. I'm going to share with you some basic facts. You see, our story is a simple one. Our story is of truth and facts, which are two constants that do not change. And all we need to do is give the world an overdose of our truth and insist on it. As we speak today, I'm going to take you back centuries, long before the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves. There was some serious resistance when the occupiers from the West came to Africa, contrary to what some might think. They didn't just give up their children, but the fighting began long before slavery. And the resistance was those who led them, the majority of them, their heads, as we speak today, are sitting in jars in Europe. Are you aware of that? Our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars throughout Europe. And the same people have the audacity to come to Africa and talk to us about human rights. But what's even more disturbing is that we entertain them and we don't remind them of the skeletons in their closet. As we speak today, the priceless artifacts that they stole from all over Africa are sitting in their museums throughout Europe. And when you and I, when we visit Europe, we pay to see what belongs to us. Evidence of theft, evidence of murder on display in plain sight. As we speak today, black people are listed as 3/5 of a human being in the US Constitution. As we speak today, the redlining continues. As we speak today, African countries are being made to pay ridiculous interest rates on loans that they should not be paying for. As we speak today, reparations are due. everybody else has been given reparations, expect us. The question then becomes, what is wrong with this picture? Why aren't you and I standing up and demanding that what is right must be done? I can tell you why. Because no other race would stand for a minute what is being done to us. How long do you think a finger of a British soldier lasts in Zimbabwe? How long do you think a thumb of a German soldier lasts in Namibia? Not even a minute. They would storm in, kill hundreds, if not thousands of people just to recover that one finger. Why is it that we are unable to come together and speak our truth and demand that what needs to be done must be done? It's because they defeated us where it matters the most, which is the mind. It started with the missionaries in Africa long before slavery. They were sent by the Roman Catholic Church to subdue the Africans, make them believe that when you get slapped, turn the other cheek, and that your riches are in heaven. So by the time they followed with the colonizers to reap and rape Africa, we were already brainwashed. We were meant to believe everything African was bad and undesirable, and everything European was better. And the same brainwashing continued as our children were taken out of Africa enslaved. It continued on the plantations, color gradations, light-skinned versus dark-skinned, field workers versus kitchen workers. To this day, we suffer from the legacy of slavery and the legacy of colonization. For how long are we going to continue to suffer from this affliction? For it is singularly the reason why we are not able to come together just like other races and nationalities have done in this melting pot that is the United States of America. When you ask for the voices of the Irish Americans loud and clear, Jewish Americans loud and clear, German Americans, Italian Americans, Chinese Americans, Indian Americans, their voices are loud and clear. But when you ask for the voices of us black people, you might as well go to the graveyard, because we are missing in action. We were taught, we were brainwashed into not even loving ourselves as individuals, let alone each other. We were taught not to trust one another. We were taught not to believe that my brother can, my sister can, but somebody else who doesn't look like you and I is better. The question I have for all of you, just close your eyes and think about your children, your grandchildren. Is this the world you want to leave behind for them? If the answer is no, then you need to have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror. Because it is the image in the mirror that must change. It is the image in the mirror that must understand that you are sick from this affliction of the legacy of slavery. You are not sick at home. You are not sick in the doctor's waiting room. You are not sick in the hospital ward. You are sick in the intensive care. How long are we going to continue to support other people's agendas? Those who stood up to fight during the civil rights movement, during the Pan-African days in Africa, civil rights in the United States, they were all silenced. We are emerging out of a period of 20 to 30 years where just nothing is going on. We are all fast asleep. When are we going to wake up? Reverend Al Sharpton is saying, the time to wake up is now. Reparations now. We know all the companies that benefited from slavery. We have their name. We have the list. They must pay. As we speak, many have pledged their contributions. Guess what's going to happen, my brothers and sisters? Because we are not organized, we will never realize those funds. And they will hide behind, oh, they are disorganized. They don't know what they are doing. I am now going to be asking Reverend Al Sharpton to lead us as we demand those reparations. We need to register a global Pan-African fund that can make sure that we have development in black communities where it belongs. Those funds must be organized. Those funds must be paid for. Reparations for black people now.
Hey guys, once again, welcome back, and I believe you've all watched the video, and it is indeed a very, very strong and powerful message from our hero, or rather this woman, Dr. Africana. So with me, I'll just highlight a few. I believe you've all grasped what's necessary, rather all the important infos from her context. And I'll start by this thing of we Africans, and that's it's inclusive of our Jamaican people, our Caribbean brothers and sisters. Like we were brainwashed to a point that like these people, they come, they take our goals, and everything. They go with them abroad, you see. And now when they take them to their museum, whenever we need to go and have a look, and for those historical moments, you actually have to pay to see what actually belonged to you. Now you tell me if that makes sense. When our children need to get this, or rather grasp this knowledge about these ancient stuffs, ancient people, ancient everything that happened long before, we actually have to pay. Why are we paying to see what was taken from us? Why? Another thing, we have been brainwashed. Like, for instance, I am a businessman. I open my shop, or rather my store, and then there's this white person comes and opens his store next to mine. I mean, it's practically something that we've been all experiencing. My fellow Africans, they'd come, walk past my store, and go to the white store. Why? I mean, we're selling the same thing, and probably my price, it's a little bit, or rather lower than the next store. But now you see, we've been brainwashed to feel like theirs, whatever they're selling, it's good, it's way much better than whatever I'm having. We're selling the same thing. I'd call upon my Caribbean people, my fellow Africans, to unite. It's now high time we stop this. Let's support each other. Well, another thing is my Caribbean people, that's my Jamaican people, my friends, my families, brothers and sisters, my African friends. we need to get paid our reparations. I mean, why are we not being paid for our reparations? Why? Well, I'd urge, or rather call, everyone, my fellow Africans, my Jamaican people, I want us to have this unity. Let's support each other. Let's stand for what's ours. Let's protect what's ours. Let's raise our voice. I mean, there is one of my supportive follower, my subscriber, and my very humble viewer sent me this video, or rather it was a pic, whereby there is a bunch of people, these bosses, let me just call them bosses, playing a game, and the dashboard whereby where the games is laid, or rather laid, it's being played on the backs of low-end people. Let me just don't get me wrong, but allow me to use that, low-end people. I mean the poor. Are really, we are really suffering. So with the caption that if we, or rather if these people only realized the power they had by standing up, which simply means the game is over. It was really a picture with a deep meaning. So guys, I call upon my fellow Caribbean people, my Africans, let's stand up, let's fight for our rights, let's speak up against all this cruelty and bad and rather corrupt leaders and all that. I'm your host, Larry, and thank you for watching this video up to the end. Let's meet again on the next episode.